All right, we're recording. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first official community meeting for Project K3s in the European/Asian time zone friendly-ish kind of edition. Today is April the 15th, and that's official community meeting under the CNCF. So we follow the CNCF code of conduct, which pretty much boils down to be nice to each other and respect others' opinion. And let's hear all the possible viewpoints. With that, my name is Orlin, and I just took the role of community take care, or the official one is community manager, but community manager doesn't sound good. So I'm gonna take care of the community for the time being for K3s. So welcome everyone. Super happy to see you all. What we're gonna do today, I'm gonna share into the chat. It's a link to the community meeting notes. So if you feel like, please add yourself there. You can log in. It's a HackMD page, so you can just open it with your GitHub account and add yourself there, and add your topics if you want to discuss something in particular. I suppose we don't have much to discuss today, as we're gonna kick off. But what's the purpose? Just first of all, what's the purpose of this course? Is actually to get the community together into different time zones. One is this one, which is like midday of Europe and kind of end day in Asia, or as much as we can. Asia it is huge. So to get the community together, maintainers, contributors, users, pretty much everyone who is interested in K3s in any way or form, and to discuss the future of K3s, or discuss issues, or discuss what we can do better, what we can improve, any PRs, any issues, and we can accommodate community meeting plus office hours into one. We're going to do that every second Tuesday and every third Tuesday, so we can have like alternating time zones, so we can accommodate more people. With that, I think it's going to be useful. Last time it was super useful to do a round of introductions, if that's okay for everyone who is on the call. So first, I'm part of the SUSE Community Engagement and Technology Advocacy team. It's a long name, I know. I've joined SUSE a year ago, exactly today. So April 15th, last year, I joined SUSE. I came from VMware, and I was doing community management and technology advocacy over there as well, for a few projects like Project Harbor. I'm still the community manager for Project Harbor. I've been working on Project Bolero, Project Contour, and a few others. Prior to that, I have 10 years of infrastructure engineer, developer, something over that DevOps SRE experience. So with that, Manu, do you want to go next?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm having so many audio problems this morning. So my name is Manuel. I've been working in the K3s community. Well, in K3s, I think now it's 3 years. And before I was working for SUSE, always in open source projects. I came from elephant projects like OPNFV, and then I moved to OpenStack, and then I moved to Kubernetes. I'm coming from the networking side, although I'm slowly moving into a more, kind of different, looking into other areas too. And this is the first time I joined. I couldn't join last week, so I'm really excited to hear what we will do.
I hope good stuff. So welcome.
Thanks.
Next one, can we go to G1? I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that name super bad, but sorry about that.
It's okay. You're pronouncing it correctly. Hi, my name is G1. I work in SUSE Edge team as a field product manager for APAC. So my current role, I help like end users, sales, services people to adapt SUSE Edge, which includes K3s and RK2. So I met potential customers and some existing users of K3s, but I wanted to hear more of their experience. That's why I joined this call today. I have joined SUSE less than a year ago. Prior to that, I haven't used K3s, but I mean, I like it quite much for its lightweightness and easy to install, easy to use. So yeah, that's why I'm here.
Welcome. Thank you. Can we go next with Andrea?
Okay, I guess you can even see me. So my name is Andrea from EMEA as well, Italy in my case. I've been a K3s user for a while. Then I switched back to something else because I was working for Red Hat till 1 year and a half ago. So I'm not that aged here in SUSE. SUSE like you, but I've been part of that, say, nice, friendly 2023 layoff season that we were being affected for a while, not just me on Red Hat as well as others. I've been switching from K3s to CRC, which is somehow OpenShift in a light version of it or something like that, due to obviously work purposes. Then I went back to CRC, to K3s, because it's cool, it's easy to install, easy to use it on a personal basis, and it's almost awesome as well as, for example, integrated with the KubeVirt and all those kind of, say, classic virtualization stuff. Mostly because I've been a SRE engineer for a while, mostly working on core infrastructure on Red Hat previously. Here in SUSE, I'm working as a maintenance release coordination engineer, so totally different job. But I'm almost working, I've always been interested in infrastructure-related things. So coming out from OpenStack as Manuel as probably as well as many others, and then switched back to Kubernetes-related things. So that's it.
Welcome. Super happy to be over here. Yeah, that's pretty much that I had for today. But just to kick off the in that time zone meeting, but wanted to point out some other stuff. The CFPs for a few conferences are about to close. So if some of you plan to talk about K3s or apply to any of these conferences, drop a line. I can help you out with your CFP to review it. I've been reviewing CFPs for KubeCon for the last 5-6 years, so I have an eye or two what a good CFP looks like. So I can give you some guidance on this one. So that Open Source Summit in Amsterdam, it's gonna close very soon, and KubeCon Atlanta, we have a bit more time on that. And the other topic that I wanted to bring out is to discuss auto-assigning issues and PRs. If that will make sense for the community or it's total nonsense. If you have some experience with that, maybe that's more a question to Manu.
I wanted to ask you, well, okay. Your question or my question first?
Either way, go first.
I've never been into, so in the old summits I attended, they were very topic specific, so KubeCon and so on. These open source summit, I mean, open source is a huge topic. So what would be the interest, or, you know, how, because there will be a lot of projects competing, so K3s will not be the only one.
Yep.
Any suggestions on how we could land K3s into one of those?
Yeah, the Open Source Summit is also a conference under the Linux Foundation. It's much smaller than KubeCon. If you ask my personal opinion, it's much nicer in the way it's more community. So it doesn't have that glamorous company marketing thing that's going on KubeCon. So it's much more concentrated on the actual projects and open source in particular. So the chances that a great project as K3s to land a talk there is huge, because there's again, the tracks of container runtimes and Kubernetes and container management and orchestration. I'm not sure how the track is called, but there's a dedicated track only for our stuff. So I think it will make great sense to apply there. And the idea of applying there is actually to do some kind of bring more awareness to about K3s and what we do as a community and how the project evolves over time. The other great option is to run something like a talk around use case. If we can share some of from, I'm going to put the SUSE hat now. Some of our users, our clients' use cases with RKE2 and K3s. If we can redefine that and make it as a talk, it would be super useful for people to actually hear how K3s is in production and what issues and so on and so forth. So there's a huge avenue of actually putting K3s on stage and talking about it.
Okay.
So if
Actually, the call for papers for OSS Europe is closed. I
Did it
think
close?
It was the last day. Yeah, I was actually eyeing on this conference, and but yeah, I missed it. Yeah.
I sent a mail last week to the maintainers team for application. Yeah, sorry. Then I'm gonna remove that from here. But I was looking forward to apply as well, but I was not feeling well, so didn't manage to. But anyway, KubeCon NA, it's still an option. I think the KubeCon for Japan is still open CFPs, but there are a few others. If someone is interested, I can forward the dates and links and everything. It's super easy to find.
There's KubeCon Japan, China. I think for China I applied and got rejected, and there's India as well, and I guess obviously North America is a big one. Yeah,
India closed just yesterday, or the day before that.
Okay.
Yeah. If you haven't applied for India, it's kind of and it's in August, so yeah, they don't have enough time to actually do all the CFPs and such, so they've closed. But for the rest, if you need my help, I'll be more than happy to take a look at your CFP and provide some feedback on it, like structural, some ideas. Like for me, it's always great to provide some more than words. That's just an idea. If I'm going to apply somewhere, I provide some kind of an actual deliverable of the talk. So like I don't know, my old recording or something like that, so people can hear presentation skills, tempo, energy, whatever the community review board is going to judge on this one. But it's always great to help with a little bit more than just the text. All right. So, Manu, any help with that? Do you plan
Sorry, what was your question?
About which one? About the auto assignees? Yeah.
So KubeCon, I'm sorry, I might try something. But it's so difficult.
Yeah. Don't be discouraged. But
and it seems it's so business driven lately.
True. It's a very business to business kind of marketing event. These days, it's more on this side, but still the community is strong there, especially in the community project pavilion booth. But as we are still in sandbox, we cannot apply for that. Hopefully, when we graduate to when we go to incubation, we can have more freedom to do more stuff. And one of these things is to have a maintainers track and a project pavilion for the project, so we can represent the project there and we speak with.
Sorry, Orlin. If
Mhm.
we do that way, do we get a free ticket from LF?
If your talk for maintainers track is accepted, yes. If we can do something around the project pavilion, no. Or lightning talks, no. Only
Okay.
maintainers track, or
Okay.
any talk in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. And okay, anything else on that? Nope. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to discuss, actually, I was going to ping that in the channel as well, but I just wanted to hear your opinion about this one. GitHub can do auto assignee, and I can see that when we open an issue, for example, or PR, it takes a while until someone takes it over to review or provide some feedback. And I cannot provide, but
Okay.
okay, those are not good because there's like a already reviewed by the team. But the idea is we can define a GitHub kind of action. It's not an action, it's an internal one. It's called auto assignee, and that's something that I did for Project Harbor in the past. So it can assign people from the maintainers team to assign them directly. It's a random. That's a list of, for example, maintainers for Harbor. In that particular case, we can define how many assignees or reviewers we can assign directly. So the issue or PR gets a reviewer or assignee right away, and they can get that as in their mailbox instead of people going to the GitHub and checking if there are new issues or whatever the workflow of each one of it is.
I thought for PRs we already have that.
Okay.
For issues, probably not. I didn't know that you can do that for issues.
Yeah, it can do. PRs, maybe they're depending on the owners of the code. Do we do this one?
For support, sorry. Oh no, look at that one.
Yeah, I was looking for this one. For example, that was opened. Okay, let's not discuss the date when it was opened, and it's still there. But it's yeah. I don't know what's the issue. I don't know what's the history behind this one, but yeah, maybe that's too old, and now we have it. I don't know.
So we should do it. Yeah, I agree. But there is a reviewer called K3s team, I think, and I think all the maintainers are part of it, and then they get an email.
Okay.
But now that I see that PR, now I'm in doubt.
Yeah, and also this one, like it's from last month or the month before. It's from Dependabot, but anyway, someone should review that, right, and approve it eventually. It's just an idea to improve the workflow process, and when we have especially when we have, in the context of SUSE, like being the biggest part of the maintainers team, if we have external to SUSE maintainers and contributors, not to forget about this one, because it's easy internally to communicate that, but when someone wants to contribute, it's easy to forget that and like to miss it. So I'm trying to reduce that possibility and that time frame when someone commits something and creates a PR, to take like months to respond back or something.
Yeah, that frustrates people. I remember in Flannel, we had when we jumped into maintaining Flannel, the biggest problem was people got frustrated because no reviews in months.
Yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah, so I'm not saying that we are doing bad right now. I'm just trying to, I hate this one, but proactively fix that thing and make sure that if someone is ready to contribute, we don't leave him behind or her behind, and then like to go into the void. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm confused. Yeah, but we should do it. I thought we were doing it, but
can take a look.
Maybe there's a bug or something.
If it's in the actions, I don't know. No, it's in the.
But yeah, let's look at this.
Yeah. Okay. It was just an idea. Hope we can figure this out. And okay. Good. Thanks. I'm just trying to improve the way how we do this stuff, and if I haven't seen something that we already do, sorry about that. Please just correct me.
No, yeah.
All right.
Fresh eyes are always great, to find
Yeah.
out stuff that we are.
Yeah, and
like
for example, okay, fresh eyes. For example, I open an issue. I know that maintainers hate this stuff, but our branch is still called master. And for example, I opened that 4 days ago. I was not expecting anyone to take a look at it during the weekend, not at all. But talking about fresh eyes, yeah, kind of.
That can be annoying. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm like that.
Kind of caught my eye. It's something super simple, but yeah, let's be nice. That's it.
Yeah, it was actually a policy, right, in LF that should be changed.
It's not like you should have your branch called main, but the policy is to have inclusive language, and part of the inclusive language is to have master renamed to main. So it's kind of inherited rule, but yeah. And at some point we're gonna fail some checks of inclusive language if our core branch is called master instead of main, so, or something else. So yeah, so better fix it.
How much work does it take?
Oh, actually, it's super easy to rename it. It's
Okay.
The work is then afterwards. If we have workflows depending on hard-coded core branch name to master, then we have to update all the actions and whatever.
I see.
And then everybody who is syncing if you have like if you have your forked repository locally and you have removed repository pointing to the master, you have to rename it to main. That's it. But otherwise, all the internals GitHub takes care of. When you rename the master to main, you're always redirected. Even if you write master, you're gonna be redirected to main. I'm sorry, the kids are around.
Yeah, Easter
Not a
vacation.
problem.
I'm back. Sorry.
Easter vacation, right?
It passed by, but the little one is not feeling well, and it's yeah, and we're trying to make him feel better for Easter. You know, when your kids are sick for Easter or any holiday. Nah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yep. So that's about it for me for today. If someone else has some questions how or more about these meetings, just please shoot and ask what we're gonna do. I can explain. I've been doing these kind of meetings for a few projects already for years, so it's kind of routine for me. But if it's new for you, please ask your questions. Nope. All right.
I actually wanted to I don't know if you guys, Juwon or Andrea, if you would like to code a bit, but since we are recording this, maybe somebody watches it and would like to contribute a bit to K3s. So I created this issue.
Do you want to share?
I pasted it in the chat.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna open it.
But I thought it might be nice if we start creating some kind of good first issues, and then people can take them if they would like to start with. I would love if we had an intern from this kind of internships from Google for open source project. I tried twice, but it didn't work out. Yeah, but it might be nice to start with tasks around, and then that people maybe eventually can become maintainers as well. So yeah, and there was another one about docs that Brad created. Let me add it.
Yeah,
as
those
well.
are like in the main repository.
Ah, right.
Yeah,
So those three.
Did you add this label, like good first issue, or?
Yeah, it's a label that maintainers team adds to specific issues that are like a great gateway to contributing.
I like this idea. I mean, I used to be more like DevOps kind of person, not a full developer. And when I joined SUSE, I had to also like be familiarized with GitHub, and I made like mistakes here and there. I still make mistakes, and yeah, I think this kind of label like is good for getting newbies and attracting them.
Yeah, that's part of the effort that we're gonna put to kind of bring back the community to life. Maybe that sounds bad, but the idea is to actually involve more people outside of SUSE as well, and to get more like diverse community, so people can actually see the great work that the team is doing. Because on the last time when we spoke, Sergio Mendes joined and he said, "Hey, I didn't know that K3s is so active. Like, what's wrong with it? I was expecting like some slow development, but the thing is, there is a huge amount of development going on behind the scenes, but it's kind of not well represented in the community. So that whole effort that we're trying to do is actually to bring that awareness back to the community and to the project, so we can work. And the good first issue is part of that effort. And thanks, Manu, for putting these out and creating them, because normally those issues are like super easy to fix by the maintainers, but that's not the point, right? It can take 5 minutes for a maintainer to fix that, but the idea is to have avenue for, as you said, newbies or people who wants to join the project to find out a way to contribute and to be part of the community.
In my case, as a user, mostly. I've never been involved in K3s development or whatsoever inside the GitHub space and so on. I was just wondering what might be the suggestion according to your experience, or say the guidance around getting my feet wet or getting closer to something. I'd like to contribute, but I don't really know where to start. So that's my real generic question around that mostly. Do I, for example, start taking out some issues from the issue list on GitHub, contribute some coding, or do whatever? Don't know.
Manu, do you want to take this one or should I?
I can start. I mean, I always see in my experience, when I approach an open source project where I want to collaborate with, I see three paths. One is, of course, looking at those issues of the good first issue. That will give you good information. Yeah, that will help you start. Another thing is by creating tests. We're always missing tests. And another thing is by completing the documentation. For sure, there are bugs in the documentation that you could help with. I'm sure that you are more familiar with the specific use cases that probably none of us is an expert in. So if you look at the docs, you will probably miss gaps or things that are confusing. That's also a good place to start with. Those are the 3 areas that I would start with. I don't know, Orlin, if you
Yeah, I
have
can
other experience.
yeah, I can extend a little, just a little bit. People are almost all the time confusing contributions with code. Like, contributions are not necessarily a code thing. There are plenty of other ways to contribute, and actually that's part of my job as a CNCF ambassador, to evangelize on this one. Not all the time projects needs contributions by code. They need, as Manu said, reviewing of documentation is super important and actually a very boring task for many, but for others it's a, if I can use that term, a gateway drug into the community. I mean, just take a look at the contributions, like getting started, for example. There's always something not correct, or something is outdated due to missing flags or something like that. So going through the documentation and testing it out and pointing out issues and opening PR, it's a great way of contributing. Another way to contribute as a user for me is actually going over the issues. And I do that for all my projects. And I scroll over the issues and the people questions. If something doesn't work, like something like that. And if you face something like this, you can answer. That's a great way to contribute. The same thing goes for Slack. If you open Slack to ask question, just scroll around and see if someone else is asking questions that you can answer. That will lower the effort on the maintainers team so they can contribute differently, and that actually is gonna help someone else. So that's another great way to contribute. It's not through code, it's through sharing your knowledge and your experience directly to the others. It's great. So it's under.
Thank you.
Yeah. So and if you want to know how to start, I'm the right person to address that question. So ping me if you want offline, if you don't want to do it like here on the recording. But one of the great ways to start is to open the contributions guide. I'm going to share that into the chat. But those are like guidance of more on the code side of things, how to contribute code, but that covers pretty much everything, like how to open the PR, the DCO check, so you have to sign your PRs and so on and so on. And here's another opportunity to contribute. If that's not clear, just point it out. Like, hey, it's not clear how to contribute. Can you fix that? And actually, that came out last time. It's in my list to do so, to go over the contributions guide and getting started, so we can make it more approachable and more accessible for everyone to join and to actually do something. Like, because this is the contributions guide for the main code base. But if you go one step back to not the docs, but the website, here's another one. Like, you have Yarn installed and how to run the website and how to test and build the website. It's actually a totally different story of contribution. Follows the same principles of opening maybe an issue and a PR and to sign it and so on and so forth, but involves much less coding, or I would say close to zero coding. So there are a bunch of ways how to contribute to any project, and that's like universal for every open source project. So if you want to discuss, Andrea, if you want to discuss that more, I'm more than happy to do that anytime. Just not during the night. I'm sleeping. So
just glad to help. I'll just pick it up. This say random meeting from my agenda, because I'm mostly interested in K3s for
Nice.
my personal behavior, for my personal stuff. Nothing more than that. But I was wondering if I can contribute to all those kind of things. So it's just say more generic question, and the contributing MD file is something that I always know, and but I never did it before. So that's the reason why I'm here mostly.
Yeah, and I can give you just quick another example. Let me see if I can open that slide.
I've been involved in some libvirt mostly, so the virtualization on top of KVM and all those kind of stuff, mostly for other operating systems like Arch Linux and so on. Might be nice to have it, for example, for say OpenSUSE, Tumbleweed, and the list goes on.
Yeah, and here's another way. As I said, that's the in Rancher. I hope you're in the Slack space. In K3s, someone asked a specific question how to run, for example, kata containers as a runtime under K3s and so on. And this person, Sergio, as I mentioned, he started answering, even he's not like part of, you can see my share, right? He started answering the question and giving some advices and so on. So it's also a great way to share, just sharing experience and knowledge helps huge in the community.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if you want to extend that conversation, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'll be more than happy to help. Actually, I have wrote an article in the past about that. I have to be sharing that article more often. How to not to be scared of contributing. That's yeah. So
I've been involved with Linux Foundation in the past, but it was something like, say, roughly 15 years ago. So it's been a while.
Yeah. All right. I think we kind of covered everything for today for now. Anything else to discuss?
Not much. Thanks for today.
Thank you. It was great seeing you, hearing you, and talk to you in, what's that? If you join the same time zone in 4 weeks. If not, see you in the previous one. Thank you very much. See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.